Okay, a little bit of progress. Oh, yeah. Didn't take long. I got out here about 11 o'clock this morning. I had a small job that I had to do, a punch list job. Got it knocked out, and then just came up here. It's 3 o'clock now, so 4 hours to button up this back wall. Nice. And also, too, I didn't realize it at first because I was thinking about using complete sheets, for each panel. And the numbers, I would have burned up to 13 sheets, but I didn't. I still have 5 full sheets there and 2 half sheets. So that worked out perfect. So in reality, I've got enough to do this whole thing. So all I have to do is button up this side. I just got to put the cross braces up, and I've got that. And this is exactly the way I play this kind of stuff. Remember, 60% of this now shed is reclaimed materials. Reclaimed. So 60% of this building is free. Now, the other part that I do have an investment in money-wise, I total it up between those 2x4s, the metal, and the screws. I'm at exactly, and of course, the gasoline to go get the stuff. I mean, if I include every dime it took me to get to this point right here, I'm exactly at $240. Man, not bad. So I gotta buy another box of screws, which those are expensive. They're like $30 for screws. So I'll have $260 to $275 in the whole enclosure. Nice. Exactly the way I wanted it. And the way I was able to save materials was every time I cut a 15-footer, I would have some sections left over like this. This about this high. And I would just basically cut another small piece and put it in there. And I did it a lot on the back. I did it once, twice, 3, 4 times. So that was able to make my materials stretch out. And look at the gap, not bad at all. Of course, I'm gonna put a little corner metal thingy bob on there. But you can see, it came out fine, man. And in reality, that big wave that was kind of in there because that one post was leaning in, you can't tell it now. And the overlap on the top of the tin is perfect. So there you go. Worked out just fine. See, those are little half pieces, little quarter pieces. But this is that heavy duty stuff. This is not the stuff they sell at Lowe's. Okay, let's just get clear on that. This stuff I bought is on a commercial building. And they disassembled it to put new skin on it. They just revamped their building. And this is how I got this stuff at $1 a linear foot. You see, just putting in small pieces. The bees are already checking it out. And there we go. I just moved all my stuff out here. Man, I love it. And too, here's another big thing. Thank God the sun just went behind the clouds, but the sun sets in the west, okay? Well, this side of the building is the west side. So everything over here, all the stuff in the evening, especially during the summer, it's hot as hell over here. And there's really no shade. There's no shade whatsoever. But now I got shade, plenty of it. Oh yeah. That was another big thing. Having some place, let me squeeze through here. See, look at this, look at the shade. Perfect. See, you can see the casting of the shadow. But this will block the sun. So I can come in here, hang out when it's hot outside. I put a generator, put a fan over here, and if I want to work on something, boom. Now, the next thing I've got to do is figure out this floor. I mean, gravel is okay, don't get me wrong, but I'm going to come up with a little bit something more unique. I'm not going to put this in concrete, of course. You know, I can't do that because the bottom line is it's got to stay, so I don't have to put a permit on this thing. I don't want to pull any permits. Remember, this is all pole-borne stuff. This is farm-related. I can get away with it. I don't need to pull any permits or ask any permission to build this stuff. This is perfectly fine for this the purpose and the intention of this. For farms, everybody knows that you got to build these structures to put your tractors and your hay, your wheat, all kinds of other, stuff in shelters. That's what farming is all about. That's what rural life is all about. And that's what I'm all about. Oh yeah. Had to move everything back outside. And again, there may be even another addition here. At least I know I got it. This space, it's already got the gravel. So to extend this is going to be a real strong possibility. And all I have to do is just attach everything over. I've already got the lumber. All I need is these posts. That's it. I need 3 posts. And I got the rest of the lumber to build everything else. So yeah, there we go. Nice. Loving it, man. Already got my little workbench set up. Oh yeah. Had to reinforce it. And I want to thank Joe Jr., my old friend, years ago gave me that. And that's the thing with me. If you give me something, I'm going to use it. It may take me a while to figure out what I'm going to use it for, but I will use it. That's just the way I roll, baby. I like free stuff. But when people do give me free stuff, and I know a lot of you guys have on my channel, I know a lot of you guys have given me a lot of free stuff, and I do appreciate it. And I'm going to tell you something. I use this stuff. Don't ever think I don't. Don't ever think I'm just grabbing it and saying, oh, yeah, it's free, wow, wunderbar, let's rock and roll, baby. No, I put it to use. I've got all kinds of things that I want to play with over the years, and then that's it. Here's some other good news, too. After I sold a Mercedes Sprinter and I paid off my truck, as you know, I'm now debt-free, completely debt-free, except for my townhome. And what I've done in the last 14 years, I'm a wicked saver. I save money. I know how to do it. Well, now I've got more than enough cash to pay off my mortgage and stroke a check for the full balance and go completely debt-free. But what I'm considering here is that I've got exactly now 15 months, because it's the end of March now. Now I got 15 months before I can go full retirement, collect my Social Security, which is a full pension. And then I'm playing with the numbers now, stroke a check for the mortgage, go debt-free, and then collect my first check from Social Security, and I'll be set for the rest of my life. Until the Social Security goes bust, of course, or they have to refund it or do something. But the whole point is that, this has been my plan all this time, folks, is to go debt-free. Excuse me. And also have a business that, there is no age requirement for retirement. I can do this as long as I'm physically able to do this for the rest of my life. And the customers that I've got, they all flat out told me, said they don't want me to retire. They just don't want me to retire. So that's what's going on. And I've been strategizing that for years, a lot of years. And remember, cash is king. Cash will always set you free if you know how to use it correctly, and you can buy the things you need. And buying this land out here was a primary vision that I had 30 years ago. And now that vision has come true. And all the other things that I'm doing out here are coming to pass, and that's what I want. So, of course, my next project is, button this up. I got to put tin all up through here, front and back, and then fill in this little gap over here. And there's a strong possibility that I might still have a bunch of scraps left, enough to at least handle it. Up to a point to where even if I get this squared away, this would be a major improvement too, because I definitely want to save this building. And And I want it to last for another 10, 15 years. It should last 20 without any issues, okay? All right, guys, let me head back to the city and run the numbers. You know, that's what I always do. I run numbers every single night and see where I'm at and plan for the next day, and then also plan 5, 10 years down the road. And that's the way you strategize your life. And that's what prepping is all about. Remember, prepping is just not, you know, stockpiling guns, ammo, food, you know, having some remote location. That's part of it. But, you know, but what are you prepping for? You know, as far as I'm concerned, the world's not going to end tomorrow, okay? You know, look at this. The banks are failing, but the stock market's going up. You know, remember, you can't always predict what the market's going to do, but you can always predict what people will do. People are not going to let ourselves fail. We're not going to let ourselves fail. You know, yeah, we do some stupid shit sometimes, like World War I and World War II and the Vietnam War and now the Russians and the Ukrainians. We do a lot of stupid shit as humans. But when it comes down to it, individually, we are a pretty smart, straight up race of people. We really do genuinely care for the well-being of others. So that's my little rant, you know, about the human race. You know, like I've always told you, I'm not waiting for a EMP. I'm not waiting for, you know, a nuclear war. I'm not waiting for anything. I'm waiting for aliens. Those guys, the ones that come out from the sky from nowhere and they invade our world. That's who I'm waiting for, because those guys can really mess us up because they got technology we know, especially if they make it here. You know they got technology. I'll talk to you guys tonight. Hasta la vista, baby.